Hey, what's up everybody? William John Ray back with another episode of Design and Invest. This is a ride-along episode. I just got a lot of stuff to do, running around job site to job site, meeting with contractors and vendors and trades. First I'm gonna go pick up some mail and let's rock and roll. All right, sometimes you gotta go run and get things yourself. This is the kitchen sink literally for the job that I'm doing project management on in Glendale. The stone guy, he's down and dirty, he gets on the job, so I already gave him the green light. So I need to have this on hand ready for him to install. So I expressed this on Amazon and all of the bathroom vanity sinks and all that, and you know, do what you gotta do. Okay, cool. Sounds like a plan. So we got tons of stuff going on right now. This property here is one that I'm finishing up. I don't really do a lot of project management anymore. I don't really have the time to do so. But for this client, he's a really good client. I'm doing the design work for him. I'll be doing the staging for him as well. So I might as well do a little bit of this running around and facilitating stuff. I'm helping them get a really good deal on the stone work. The stone guy's ready to install, but he needs the sinks and stuff like that on site before he could do so. So I'm helping bridge a little bit over here. But yeah, we're here at the Glendale property. I'll show you around inside, and then later on this week we're going to be staging it right after the stone gets installed, and boom, 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 on to the next. Okay, so as you can see, we are down the home stretch here. It looks like it's in shambles. Most people would think that this is weeks away. This is really just days away. The granite guy, stone guy is going to be putting the stone in probably tomorrow, and the job moves really quick at that point. So now it's just putting things back together and jamming away. Let's look around. All right, so I'm sitting here with Steve right now. Steve is one of my high school buddies and also a really accomplished carpenter. I have him do a lot of work for me in the past now. Now he's like my go-to for random little projects and things like that. What we have behind us is the Randall property, as you know. There was an imbalance here. There was, I mean, I don't know, I wasn't involved. I came on like at the end when plans were already done and basically the windows were already installed, but there's an imbalance. There's just one window here, and there was just something missing there. So I drew this up where we put a band of wood and wrapped it around the side of the other side and did some other window treatments like around the other window to balance the space. And Steve was the man for this job. His wife, Wendy, does amazing succulents and just amazing work too. So these two combined, I'm like, this is a job for Steve. So Steve is here, he's cranking it out. Steve, why don't you tell us what we got going on here? It looks like you're almost done. We just got to do the succulents now.
Yeah, so we've come up with a design, my wife and I think it's going to fill in the space amazingly. It's gonna tie everything in together. It's gonna fill in this space and just make it all look proportioned with this missing window that they didn't put in. Yeah. So we came up with we're gonna have a focal point right here of about a 4-foot planter, okay, and then we've come up with like these sconce lengthwise, or yeah, that's correct, like lengthwise type planters that we come with, and then we'll have like some draping succulents there. and same here on this side to keep it symmetrical, you know.
That's
and then,
great. So
yeah,
I knew by giving him the job, he was just going to run with it. I wasn't trying to be too micromanaging on this. I wanted Steve and his artisticness and his wife's to just kind of run with this. And he's gonna, like you said, he's painting a picture for us right now where he's putting these little planter boxes affixed to this with succulents that are going to hang off the sides, the front. It's gonna look freaking awesome. And he built. Show him the mailbox. Let's talk about the mailbox real quick.
So with the mailbox, it's actually done, and I almost brought it today, but I thought it'd be better just to like install because tomorrow we're gonna have everything installed.
Oh, you are? Okay.
It's gonna be finished. Right now I'm gonna like lay everything out on the wall so it just goes on smooth. I'm gonna lay it out I have everything measured out with tape. But this, anyways, the mailbox right here, we're gonna have this space right here is actually, not the space that the planter is going to go in, or the plants itself are actually going to go in. We have a removable planter for the new tenants of the house, so they can keep changing it with the seasons and stuff. So we're going to have
so this is basically a live mailbox now. There's going to be succulents hanging over the sides and growing on top of this. And this also adds a really awesome element to the space. When you walk up on the house, you see this first. It allows for a nice big access for small packages and all that. So that way, porch pirates can't be snagging everything. And now it's so prevalent. But yeah, and we're gonna put the address numbers on the box too, so it's like a dual purpose.
Yes,
so
we are.
Pretty sweet.
I almost forgot about that.
You come back tomorrow?
No, I brought them.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad you said that because I almost forgot. I got to do that today.
Or where are you gonna put them?
I think right here is a good spot.
Okay.
We're gonna go right here.
Cool.
So I'm glad you said that.
Yeah. So this is another one of those little really cool elements where it's not going to cost you an incredible amount of money, but the value add that it brings and the sort of remembrance of the property. Like when people come to this property and walk it, when they're walking 50 other properties the same day, they're going to remember this house by these kind of features. And plus, this is a really equestrian neighborhood, so a lot of this wood sort of farm, type style really goes in this area, and people really dig it. I think this house is going to be very well received. And like I said, we're pushing really quick on this. We're going to be done before you know it. And we also have Steve building some little stables in the back, and he's going to add his artistic flair there. It's not really stables, but we're kind of playing into the equestrianness of this neighborhood. But yeah, really stoked about this bay window that's in the background. I had him do some cladding around it to just sort of frame it in and give some balance to the space. Since we're addressing this side, we have to do something on this side as well. So it's fantastic. Steve, give him a little background on you and just sort of your history. I mean, even in high school, I used to have you do projects for me. Like you used to do little woodworking back then, man.
John is all into Impalas, so I made him a little Impala sign out of scroll saws. Yeah. Like out of with the scroll saw.
I still have it too somewhere.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was 20. We've been graduated over 20 years now. You know that?
Yeah, it's scary.
It's like going on 21 years. That's nuts.
Crazy.
From high school.
I know. That's wild. I do. Actually, I just stuck with it over the years. The woodworking. I do everything from like chainsaw sculptures to real fine furniture.
That's cool.
Stuff like this to houses. Anything that has like I like to stick to has an artistic aspect to it. So.
And he works with Lionel Katz too, who we've interviewed in I think the previous video to this, and Lionel really you should hear these two chop it up and come up with cool ideas. And Steve's executed on those. I'll put a couple clips to some projects that Lionel has had him do, and like mailbox, not little planner address numbers and cool things like that.
Did you ever see I did for this house in by the beach, what's the area called? Pacific Palisades. Oh. I did a big library for this client of Lionel's with a rolling ladder and everything. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
No, I didn't see it. Send me a picture.
Yeah,
I'd love to input it.
I cladded all the beams to this house and everything. It came out really nice. It was a big project.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Did you make the ladder or you bought a ladder?
It was up in the air about me buying me making a ladder, but I just told them, I said there's companies out there that make that, and I said it'll be a lot cooler, I said You know, they're like $800 for a really good library, real library ladder.
Antique one too, yeah.
I could, yeah, but I just, I'm just honest with the client. I direct them in the right way to go. You know, if they need to buy something or just have me make it from scratch, you know, and that was one that we just bought.
All right, so Steve here is going to install the address numbers. He's buying these ones of distinction. Do you have one that's unopened?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So these are really good. They're raised address numbers. I use them all the time, and so does Steve. He's doing something that's extremely important. It's kind of a DIY type of tip. People always install these and they look crooked as shit. They're on the wall. They're all like over the place. They just kind of wing it and like mark it. He is using the templates that come with it. So this is really, really important to use these guys. He taped it together, as you see here.
Super simple.
Super simple. Yeah.
It's super simple if you do it right.
Yeah, because I mean, look where, like you see the little drill points where you're supposed to drill them and put the screws, and people just mess this up. I can't even tell you how many properties are so beautiful. You come up to them and shit is just not lined up. The addresses are all out of wonk. So very smart of you. Kudos to actually do this. Because people don't. So yes, I like this, and I like the location. Only thing I could, my only, not even, it's not even an objection is that the plants that are spilling over is she just gonna work around this and spill them off to the sides?
No, you don't have to worry about it, because they're really actually gonna hang out off to about like the corner right now, because she's just giving them a little room to grow, because they'll grow and they'll end up hanging like way down this thing. So you're gonna be fine. It's not going to cover it.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure this is where you wanted it before I mounted it.
Yeah, just keep it centered to the...
Yeah, it's like right and actually perfectly in line with the mailbox.
Well, Steve's a real artist. I'm going to let him get back to work and jump back in. I got to finish a couple things before we go to the next job site, but I'm glad I caught you.
Yeah.
Glad you're here, buddy. All right. Thanks, man.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, so we are now at the Edwin property, the next stop on our list. This one here has been on my books for a long time now. I was hired on to just do the interior design for this project, and eventually the staging once it's finished. They've been dragging their feet on this one. I'm not 100% sure why, but they've recently talked to me and said, you know what, John, why don't you run project management on this and just get us through it? We want to get it finished. So we'll keep the checks going, just line up the trades and you knock them down. They have a lot on their books, and so I said, okay. So I don't really do a lot of project management. I just dabble here and there. This one, I'm fully seeing it through to the finish, and they're going to pay me on this at the end of the sale of the property. So we struck a deal, worked that out, and so right now we're going to meet with the iron guy. He does all the welding and the iron work. This whole upper floor. That balcony wraps around, so there's a lot of iron work. There's gates. This is like a compound, so they've got to be real secure, and electronic strikes, things like that. I got the stucco guy lined up. I've got the pool guys lined up. I've got the inside trade, so the drywall guys. So we're really gonna go gangbusters here real soon. I'll be done with it quick as long as everything goes as planned. Yeah, I got the landscaper queued up, and so yeah, today we're just meeting the iron guy to walk him through, talk about what his scope of work is, make sure that I have his proposal and things in line, and we're ready to rock and roll. So let's walk around and check out the progress that's been made, and push this job to the finish line. All right, I'm here with Alex, the iron welder guy. We're gonna walk around the property, just discuss the scope of work, make sure that he's got all the facts he needs to just run with it. He does a lot of work for this developer client already, so and he's a good dude. So we're gonna go through, make sure he's got the scope, and go from there. Alex, how long have you been doing this for?
Well, I pretty much grew up in this, in the iron. Yeah, my family. I have family since Mexico. We're iron workers.
Okay.
So I started also horseshoeing, like blacksmithing.
Oh shit. Cool.
Yeah. So essentially, that's what that was my dream. To be I mean, I am a horseshoer, but I don't do business anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I started, forging horseshoes and trimming.
Yeah.
So that's why
I like your work
sort
right
of
now.
combine wood and metal.
Yeah.
Because it's related, to
Absolutely, yeah.
the heat of the metal bending, and also like the nails, all of that. But since I grew up with horses, I started building horse stalls.
Where do you live? It must be in Equestrian.
Yeah, it's in Questionnaire in Compton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a little spot. Nobody really.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's kind of hidden by the 91 in Wilmington.
Very cool, man.
So I started repairing, building structures, building stalls, and that's how I kind of got it since I was like 15.
I got a project for you then. I'm finishing a home right now in Glendale. I actually just came from there today, and we're gonna be building some stalls in the back. We're just gonna do a covered, simple thing, but I need someone to do the metal work in between. So I'll call you up for that one. I know you have the.
I'll send you some pictures of some horse stalls I did.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah. Send me some pictures, because maybe I'll just back it out of the dude that's gonna build it and just give it to you, like the whole thing, because he's just gonna build an overhang and a few posts for me, and then that's it. And I'm gonna wrap it with the metal to stall it in.
Yeah, usually I build my horse stalls out of just wood and metal framing.
Yeah.
And then I combine it'll be metal structure.
Yeah.
And the tongue groove wood boards.
Yeah.
Boom, connected. So.
Yeah, you know what goes into that. So the guy that's building it, he doesn't know anything about horses. Neither do I.
Exactly.
So I'm trying to design something that I have no idea.
For all that design and all that, I'm a horse guy. So
yeah, that's awesome, man.
yeah, building a horse stall is also something
Second nature, yeah.
Yeah, it's like second nature and passion, because I'm doing something for the horses.
All right, we're gonna pop over real quick to a stage we are completing today, and after that, wrap it up. So let's roll out and see how they're doing over there. well, that's a wrap for the day. I am back home. It's been a lot of driving, running around, but remember, guys, design, invest, and repeat.
My God!
You're gonna be on TV.
Uh-oh.